So what's going on with HDMI, AMD, and open source drivers? Well, right now it's March 2024, and the HDMI forum won't allow AMD to create an open source driver for HDMI 2.1 and 2.1 plus. So this is apparently because the spec is not public, and creating an open source driver would reveal details of the spec. So the HDMI forum is the licensing group in control of the HDMI standard. So many people may not be aware of this, that HDMI needs to be licensed and royalties need to be paid. So a lot of people probably just assume that it's an open standard, but that's definitely not the case. Public access to the spec is not offered. Now, note that AMD is actually a member of the forum and is licensed to use the spec. They're still not allowed to make it public. They can't just do anything they want with it. So one of the major selling points of HDMI in the first place is that it's so common and that it's a standard. So it's kind of troubling that something that's so standard won't be open, and that it's not an open spec that anyone can just read, even though this is such a common standard that everybody uses in their everyday lives to connect all of their electronic devices, or so many electronic devices. So many things rely on HDMI and interoperability, and yet it's a spec that we're not allowed to look at ourselves. And that's just a little bit concerning. And more concerning is that we can't have open source drivers for it. So this is an issue as it impacts the ability to provide high performance open source drivers to the Linux community. There's also other indirect fallout from this that makes things more difficult for AMD. Now, keep in mind here, I'm not a lawyer and I'm not super familiar with all the licensing details and terminology. So if anything's off here, that would be why. Now, I still did want to do my part and kind of bring awareness to this issue so that, people can be informed and know what's going on with this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. So remember to like and subscribe, and also leave a comment down below if you know something that I don't know. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on that next video.